Hey there everyone, RatZDeezer here with a Protoss versus Protoss here on the Shattered Temple, and this will be a game between RatZDeezer and CombatEX. So this will be a very trollishly delicious game between two of the trolliest trolls that you ever did see. These two players both very famous, or rather infamous, for stream sniping, for cheesing, for BMing, and we can tell by the chat already these two players are wasting no time to live up to their reputations, already just throwing around the BM right into each other's faces before the game has even had a chance to move into the 1 minute mark. So we'll see these players duke it out today on the Shattered Temple, see which players' cheese can come out and become superior today. Destiny did do a series of 5 games between these two players recently, I believe, but I went ahead and watched those 5 games and made sure that this is not one of them, and indeed, this is a brand new game off of the ladders between CombatEX and RatZDeezer. Just a little bit of background info, as we do already see a proxy pylon for CombatEX at the middle of the map. CombatEX is ranked 70th in the North American Grandmaster League with a 58% win rate, while his opponent RatZDeezer is ranked 55th in the North American Grandmaster League with a 57% win rate. And here we go, the first proxy gateway is already underway for CombatEX right in the middle of the map. And this probe coming down from the top might actually fool CombatEX into thinking that his opponent has spawned up here in the 12 o'clock, which could turn out in RatZDeezer's favor if he allows CombatEX to continue to misbelieve where he spawned. But unfortunately, as soon as CombatEX's probe reaches this space right here, he will realize that indeed his opponent has not spawned there, and he is going to be on the left side of the map. This gateway is right around 4/5 of the way done, while this other one is approaching halfway done. So 2 proxy gateways for CombatEX going online right now, and a Forge first build for RatZDeezer. He might have some thoughts of a cannon rush. He does have a probe loose inside the main base, and now it's right below the ramp. Going to be turning around, and a mighty probe battle happening below the ramp for CombatEX and RatZDeezer. Looks like RatZDeezer's probe will be taken out. So very well done. CombatEX hero probe right here with 1 kill, taking out that scouting probe, and that will be unfortunate for RatZDeezer as he is forced to pull another probe off his mineral line if he wants to cannon rush right now with his Forge first build. He does have 2 cannons going up inside his main base, so he is prepared somewhat defensively. Looks like the Zealot will actually be turning around and running back into the main of CombatEX, as this probe for RatZDeezer will be putting up a proxy pylon, and a whole slew of probes for CombatEX are pulled off the line, chasing that 1 probe around. They will get back to work, as that was way too many probes to be pulled off just for the sake of killing 1 scouting probe. There are Zealots being churned out, but it looks like CombatEX is supply blocked right now. He is using the very rare strategy of not building enough pylons. We'll see how that works for him. He is unfortunately now going to be getting another pylon, so he won't be supply blocked anymore. CombatEX is learning how to build pylons. This is a monumental day for Starcraft players all over the world. RatZDeezer is getting his first gateway right around halfway done, while CombatEX just started his Forge once again in the middle of the map. So CombatEX is going to say, screw my main base, I'm going to build all of my buildings right in the middle of the map next to that watchtower. So if nothing else, he is going to have a very strong foothold here at the Xel'Naga watchtower in the middle of the map, should that come into play later on in today's game. He does have a probe right here, but it has to be careful not to get too close to the main area of RatZDeezer, because it might just be splattered all over the place by cannon. Actually, a cyber core going up for RatZDeezer now, so he is teching very much higher than usual for either of these players. That 1 probe did get taken out, and that is much to RatZDeezer's amusement, as that proton cannon is up to 1 kill now. Looks like CombatEX is getting a cyber core as well, so both these players getting a cyber core currently. That is very, very high up there tier-wise for these players in terms of what they usually do in games of Starcraft 2. CombatEX is getting some pylons just all over his base, making sure that he doesn't get supply blocked. He is supply blocked once again, so unfortunately he did have another lapse in terms of building pylons beforehand. He'll have to wait for that next pylon to warp in before he can make some more Zealots, and he is going to be building up quite a few resources while he's waiting to not be supply blocked. Both these players are actually supply blocked. RatZDeezer is right still at 26 out of 26. That is always unfortunate to not have enough supply to build all of the units that you want to build. RatZDeezer is getting a 2nd and 3rd gateway right now, so he will have 3 gateways, while CombatEX still only has the 2 right here in the middle of the map. He actually built the cyber core back inside his main, and they're both researching Warp Gate right now, going to be chrono boosting out. That technology is the blue Protoss CombatEX. This Forge not doing much right now, not researching anything quite yet. He still needs to harvest some gas for that to be viable. This Zealot getting a little overzealous, running into the, well, let's just call this the production facility area for CombatEX. There are 2 Zealots there ready to protect it should our red Protoss try to attack it. And one Stalker is going to be attacking this area, and this 1 Zealot will be running in there as well. But now there are 2 Stalkers both coming out of the gateways for CombatEX, so Deezer will be forced to flee the scene. This Zealot will not be too lucky, it seems, and the Stalkers might just be able to take it out. Will they be able to? It survives with 2 hit points, and there it goes. The Stalkers do manage to take out that 1 Zealot. A huge loss for Deezer right here in the early game, but he has gotten 4 gateways now, so he will be going with that 7-minute 4 gate that is so very good in Starcraft 2. Here's 1 Stalker trying to hold off this very large army of 2 Stalkers and 2 Zealots running around for CombatEX. They might just be able to do some damage, might be able to take out some of the shields of this assimilator. That's always crucial to try to do some shield damage when you can, because it makes that building, have to spend some time recharging those shields, which is always great on the attack. Looks like there are 4 Zealots, now only 3 as 1 did get taken out for Deezer. Trying to kill these Zealots. Will they be able to do any damage? Going to be actually splitting up the damage between these Stalkers, so CombatEX deciding to not focus fire at all. Just kind of taking shields off of these Stalkers because he doesn't want to be rude and actually do any real damage, because that would just be so very mean of him. Looks like a proxy pylon is warped in for Deezer. Both these players do have warp gate technology readily available, so they will both be able to warp in units, but it looks like Deezer will have units all over here because he does have a proxy pylon once again warping in at the ramp of our blue Protoss player, and now he's attacking the production facilities of CombatEX, and CombatEX making the crucial mistake of powering his buildings with only 1 pylon, and with that pylon's destruction also goes these buildings' power, and those are completely worthless now. Now CombatEX only has 2 gateways inside his main, but he does have 2 more building right now to replenish the ones he already lost. He actually does have a sentry going to be going to be force fielding this ramp and destroying that proxy pylon. So Deezer will have some work to do. Going to be busting up this ramp. An excellent force field used by CombatEX right there, splitting this army in half. There are only 2 Zealots, but they did manage to take out one of the sentries, so it looks like there won't be any more force fields coming out of these sentries for CombatEX. And with that force field dissipating, now here comes Deezer's army, going to be outnumbering CombatEX, and CombatEX leaves the game because he lost. That's so unfortunate. I mean, I guess if you want to play like CombatEX, just remember to power up your buildings in the middle with more than 1 pylon, and then once you reach this point in the game, I guess just be better is the only advice I can give anyone in CombatEX's position. So we did see Deezer take this game down. Very well played by a red Protoss. He was actually getting a Twilight Council, and that could have been very disastrous for CombatEX, who actually went with a Robo Facility that never made a single unit, I believe. So a very interesting game. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. That was clearly not a serious cast on my part. But hey, everyone loves to see trolls be trolls once in a while, and I hope you guys enjoyed that game, and I will see you guys next time.